Hello, everybody, and welcome to Paranormal Nation Radio, Not So Normal. Denise and Ron will be on here in just a few minutes. They were having some technical difficulties. So, how is everyone doing out there tonight? Hello, Nigel. How are you doing? Remember to follow us over on Rumble on Born TV. So, I got to get that quiet down. I'm trying to get everything switched over here and see what's going on. But, oh, thank you, Nigel. Thank you very much. We've got a guest coming on here tonight, here in a little bit. But like I said, Denise was at one location, Ron was at home, and they were having technical difficulties. So Denise is getting the kids ready to head back over to the house, and they'll be on here in a few minutes. So I just hope everybody's having a great time and being safe, and hopefully the weather is cooperating because it sounds like we're going to have some more weather going through the United States this weekend and the first part of the week. So everybody out there be safe. So let's see where everybody's at tonight. I'm waiting for the guests to show up here and stuff. And you can find us over on Things Network's Facebook page. We thank them for allowing us to go live over there. And you can find us over on the Temple of Phoenix Rising Entertainment Facebook page, where we are live. And I believe, I didn't do that. Just a second. I got to add another location. Oh, where is it? There we are. Okay. We will be live here in a second over on Japan Paranormal. So we get out all over the world, and I want to thank Irene for allowing us to go live over on the Japan Paranormal page. But we thank everybody for it. Like I said, Denise and Ron will be here. And thank you, Shirley, for liking the video. I wasn't prepared I figured our guests would be here and Ron and Denise. But I will put out something here. Let me look something up here. Looking something up so I can tell you the dates and the times and who's all going to be there. There it is. Let's see. Okay. I will get this up on and share on the screen while I'm waiting for all them to show up. Okay, if you're interested in going to a paranormal event, here's the one to go to by Scared City Productions and the Hi-Ya Nation Paranormal Horror Show and stuff. It will be July 21st and 22nd. It's in Paragould, Arkansas. And I'll scroll down the page, show you some things here. Some of the guests that will be there. Santiago Sorello will be there. Real good friend of mine. Rick Prince will be there. Steve Cardenas. We know him as a Red Ranger, Power Ranger, and Beast of the Water. EC3 will be on there. He was in Beast of the Water. Keith Age, paranormal investigator, will be there. Scott Bainey from Slaughtery and Scared City Productions will be there. Tony Buck will be there. Man, he's got some great stuff coming on. And come out and check all these vendors out. Roger Dunnigan. If you need a logo made up or anything, contact Roger Dunnigan. He's a graphic designer. He has made all these that you'll see on here vendors. Scared City Haunted House is there. Stellar Design Shop. Van Neely's Nerd Box. West Side Warriors Drama Club. That's the Paragould, Arkansas's high school drama club is going to be there, putting on an event there also. The Tumbler King will be there. Witch and Moon will be there. The Rising Phoenix Emporium. Look at all that stuff. 3D Nuts. This guy here makes all kinds of 3D statues and creatures and everything on there. Two Realm Paranormal will be down there. Huffot Studio. Professional photo ops. Okay. Blake's Nightmare will be there. And everything. Blake Best. Brodeo Arts and Collections will be there. Terror Ridge will be there. Mr. Bill's Comics. This gentleman here has the world's largest comic book collection that he sells, buys, sells, and trades. Wizards Engraving. That's me. I will be down there as a vendor and help them out on the live deals and everything down there. So if you need any engravings on tiles, wood, cutouts, anything like that, you can contact me there at the phone number or over here at the Bill of Rights Network, send me a message. And we just got all kinds of different ones coming. These are all the vendors that's going to be down there. So make sure, if you're interested, come in. And that's July 21st and 22nd in Paragould, Arkansas. So, like I said, I'm waiting on Denise and Ron. Technical difficulties there. Our guest should be coming in here shortly. So, we'll see what's going on with that. I know they got the link. But if anybody has any questions about the paranormal and everything, ask them in the chat room. I can answer a few of them. If I don't know the answer, Denise will be on. I can make sure she gets the question. So, and I'm the founder of CC Paranormal Team here in northern Missouri. So we do a lot of investigations. We have a haunted cemetery that we take care of and investigate. So we have a lot going on around this area. And this area where I live at is all about Jesse James and them holding up trains and robbing banks and shot and killed a guy up here in the town I live in. And down where our cemetery's at, that's in Caldwell County, that's the site of the Mormon Wars back in the 1830s. So a lot of interesting history and everything around here. So if you have any questions on Rumble, put it in the live chat over there. But like I said, I'm just waiting. Denise was rushing around and everything. They had some technical difficulties between the both of them being on live at the same time. So check all that out. But like I said, hopefully everybody's doing fine. We're waiting for the guests to show up. Nigel, have you ever been on investigations? Are you a paranormal investigator? So I haven't looked Nigel up on Facebook. I need to one of these days and stuff. But we got a great guest lined up. We've had her on before, but she's got more to tell us and more questions we have for her once she comes on here down in the green room. So, like I said, I'm just killing time here, waiting for Denise and Ron to pop up down there. They'll be popping up here. Oh, I would probably say in about the next 5 minutes. So if you need to go get a drink or anything, go ahead and we will continue on. Like I said, if you have any questions, put them in the chat room. That's what these podcasts are about, is to interact with our friends and people in the chat room. So, but tell me where you're from over there on Rumble. If you're watching, tell me where you're from watching. That way we got an idea of how far we're getting out on Rumble. I know on the Facebook pages and YouTube and all that, we get out all over the world. So I'm pretty sure Rumble, we got a lot of viewers that follow us over there for a lot of our different shows. Hello, Daniel. How are you doing tonight? Like I said, we're just waiting. Denise and Ron will be popping on here in a few minutes. They had a little technical difficulty, and our guest is running a little bit late. I figured she'd be in here by now. So hopefully everybody's doing great out there. It's a beautiful weather and day we have up here in north central Missouri. I mean, it's 60 some degrees, okay. Yep. And after this show at 8 p.m. tonight, tune in to Conservative View, where Barbara and myself will be watching a live video of Kyle at a school board meeting and discussing some other things on there about what's been going on in the politics. So hopefully everybody's doing fine. I was expecting everybody to already be here so we'd have a good conversation. It's hard to, when you're not prepared, to just open up a conversation with yourself. Because where's Barb at? Well, Barb's on the Conservative View. This is Paranormal Nation Radio, where we're all paranormal investigators, and we talk to a lot of people from all over. So, but yeah, we got a lot of events coming up. Like I said, I'm getting things made up on the laser engravings to take down there to Paragould, Arkansas, that we'll be selling. I make all the engraved tiles and earrings and cutouts of different things for Santiago Sorello. I'm in connection with him. So we do a lot together and promote it out. No. Denise and Ron ought to be popping in here in the next couple of minutes because I know how far she had to drive. So get over there and see what technical difficulties they were having on the computers. But like I said, if you have any questions about the paranormal, ask. If I can't ask it, I'll make sure Denise gets the question when she gets on here. And between the both of us, we can answer 98% of all the questions. If we don't know, we'll find somebody that's got an answer for it or an opinion on it. One on Rumble right now, Daniel, and that's me watching over there. Rumble goes slow at the beginning and stuff, so we just have to keep track of. I keep track of how many people's watching down in the corner, but Rumble's been treating us real good, a lot better than Facebook and YouTube does. I know that. So if you aren't signed up over on Rumble, go to Rumble, sign up, and find Born TV over there where all our shows are at. Yeah, usually there is. Sometimes there is. Sometimes there isn't. It's always a hit and miss because people are always looking for different things to watch, different shows to watch. You get a lot of your loyal people coming in, which a lot of us would be. A lot more of ours will pop in probably in the next 15 to 20 minutes. So, but yeah, it's going on. Always go to the Billerites Network on Facebook. Check out that page, and at the top there's a pin post with all our shows on there and their times and days they're on. Hi, Anthony. How you doing? Ron and Denise will be on here in a little bit, Anthony. Uh, they had some technical difficulties, and Denise is working on it. So everything's going fine. So, Anthony, how's things been going with you in the paranormal? Weather up here is really nice. It's about 64, 65 degrees, no wind. Beautiful day. I got out earlier, mowed the yard. It was gorgeous. But no, all I'm doing is trying to find out more information about one of the mushroom hunters up here last Friday was out mushroom hunting on some land and discovered a body. So we're waiting for more information to come out on that and stuff. In our small county, rural Missouri, that's always a big news item to see whose body they have found because nobody's missing up here that I know of. Yeah, we all get shadow banned on Facebook, Daniel. That's why I'm sick and tired of Facebook. You know, they've gave me. Luckily, our Bill of Rights network hasn't ever been shut down or thrown in jail, but a lot of our other pages have. So, as the following goes slower on Facebook and picks up more on Rumble, we'll be on Rumble. Before long, we're going to be on True Social over there and everything. So, always check those two places out. But you can always check out Things Network's Facebook page and the Temple of Phoenix Rising Entertainment Facebook page. All those pages there have a lot of paranormal shows on them. So check that out. But I don't know where our guest is. I figured she would be in here before Denise. Okay, Daniel. Thank you. Daniel, if you got a lot of people, invite them over to Rumble. The more following we get, the more it goes up. So, she is being ghostly. Yeah. Hello, Paranormal Path. How are you doing tonight? I'm waiting for my other two co hosts, Paranormal Path, to show up. They had a little technical difficulty and stuff. And they'll be popping in. Plus, we have a guest. She's running late. So, yeah, our cemetery's doing really good. We've been doing some investigating and getting more evidence and discovering more graves. And I think they're on here now.
Hi.
Hey, you got the technical difficulty cured.
Yeah, I did. It was pretty much when he unplugged the headset, he unplugged some other things that he didn't know were plugged in. You know, this little thing.
Hi, Jacqueline.
And I got everything rigged to because computers nowadays only have 3 USB ports.
Right.
And since there's only 3, that means that I have the mouse and the keyboard are on one, and then I have a travel mouse that I have plugged into the other one because I lose everything. Okay.
Right.
I'm just 100% honest here. I lose everything. So I travel with one mouse and I keep one at home. And so there's 2 USB ports taken up there. So I have this thing here to be 4 extra USB ports. So,
I know. I've got the same thing on the back of this computer where you have 4 of them, but I plugged in. I actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 10 USBs altogether back there.
Right. So I can also plug stuff into the monitors.
Mm-hmm.
And then in my docking station, I have 3 more. But it's in the back. And so it's really hard to get to otherwise.
Right.
Where's Leah?
She went with Tyler on his drug test.
Why did she need to?
Because they had errands to run at the same time. So
I figured that's what happened, but you just didn't want to say it.
Yeah.
No, I just hadn't had time to say it. I hadn't had time to say anything. I haven't even had time to tell you about my eye doctor appointment, Ron.
So, where's our guest at? She hadn't even showed up.
I have no clue.
Did you give her a reminder?
Yes, I did. I sent her a reminder this morning. Brown, because that's how I got in the show, was from where I'd sent her the thing saying, hey, be here about 4:55 p.m. She's in our time zone, so I wasn't that concerned.
Right.
So maybe she's not having a good day.
Could not. You never know.
But you didn't hear from her?
No, I haven't heard from her today. I heard from her on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And she asked me if we were still on, and I said, yeah. And I think she messaged me because she saw that we were in Iowa for a funeral.
Right.
You know, because, you know, last week, you know, we had Ron's cousin passed away while we were on the show.
Yeah.
And so we went to Iowa, and of course it snowed again. We're par for the course now.
Yeah.
Every time. And we're walking from the... Huh?
She stuck that thing back in.
She stuck it back in there. So, but yeah, I pretty much just kind of got the kids all dressed, put the dogs away, and ran over here.
Yeah, it's been kind of a weird last 6 weeks with deaths between all of us. And then we just found out a friend of ours' grandson, 17-year-old grandson, got killed down in Columbia, Missouri in a car accident.
Oh, man.
So.
Well, there's your 3.
Oh, I've already had 3. Now I'm going to work on the next 3.
That's bad.
I know. That means I got 2 more.
I'm on the second string of 3. A friend of mine, she went and tripped on a curb at a 7-Eleven in California and broke her leg in 3 places, dislocated her ankle, and messed her foot up.
She's got a bunch of pins in her now.
Oh, she's all kinds of pins.
So
the other second one will probably be Tammy's niece's ex-husband, who's in the hospital. Cancer's ate him up real bad, and the chemo is not working. It's all through his body and not working.
You want that out?
So yeah, it's when things happen, they happen. You know, everybody always goes, it happens in 3s, and it does, and there's no way around it. It seems.
No, it'll come in sets of 3, and then another set of 3, and you know, I've been lucky in the last 5, 6 years. I haven't went to hardly a funeral at all.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I'm in every funeral right up on the front. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. We did have a really good time visiting with everyone. Like I said last week, you know, impromptu family reunion. Because our light's not on.
I know. That's what funerals are. And that's what we told the kids up there was this year with the nephews and nieces getting up in their 40s, right? It's time for you guys to get family reunions going so you all stay close again and keep track of the little ones.
Yeah.
They all agreed with me. So in August, we got a family reunion up at my niece's house up in Savannah that lost her husband.
Yeah.
And she said, yeah, we're going to start doing that.
I mean, you don't have to do them every year, but every 2-3 years, things change. That's a good way to do them. We had a family reunion last year. We had
in August,
and we had Taylor's wedding in October. So a lot of the family didn't come to the wedding because they went to the reunion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's a good way to do it. If you have big events, try to make the most of them. And if you have a funeral, do your best to make the most of it.
Yeah.
You know, we're in the hotel. This was funny. We're in the hotel and we've got the whole breakfast area full of family and one side, and we're loud and obnoxious, and which is normal. You know, fun loving people will still like to have fun,
Right.
Drinking and eating, and just going over old times, no matter what old times they were. And Ron's one cousin went to leave, and she's in a wheelchair, so I went to help take stuff to her room.
Right.
So I go in the elevator. I don't say anything because I didn't know everybody was leaving.
Mm-hmm.
I figured if I came back and they were all gone, I'd just go to the room. But I go with them in the elevator, and apparently downstairs, Ron is going. People are asking Ron where I went. So
we just got up and got on the elevator. I don't know. I just assumed Denise was behind me or around or something.
Well, apparently I was.
I didn't look.
I was in one elevator and he's in another.
Well, I was talking to my cousins
and so we stop on the second floor because was the room that his cousin was in. And I'm getting out to take the stuff. And then one girl goes, hey, I'm going down there. I'll just take it. So I go, well, then I'll just ride up and then go back down to the lobby with everybody. Nope. Here opens the elevator door. And Ron goes, there's my wife.
Yeah, they were harassing me. You left your wife. You left. I'm like, no.
And so
and I looked around the elevator and went, no, she isn't in here. And about that time the door opens up, she goes, here you are. And they just switched.
Yeah, I just went to the other elevator.
Some other guy is looking. He's like, wow, how'd you do that?
And then he asks us, so are you guys here with the baseball games? I go, no, a funeral. And he's like, you could see his eyes kind of go with, what?
Uh-huh.
And
sure.
I said, it doesn't matter. A good time is a good time, regardless of what's going on.
Right. But you're right. It's bad to say at a funeral is when you get to have a family reunion. I see more of my nieces and nephews and their kids and their spouses than I've seen in the last few years and stuff, because everybody lives all over the place.
Well, I mean, at least they're finding time for the funerals.
Yeah.
So if they can find time for a funeral, they can find time for a family reunion. And I'm going to tell you, I would much rather see everybody alive and happy and well than go to their funeral.
Right.
So guys, take that from us that are going through losses left and right.
Hey, that's what I told them. I said, when I go and you all show up, I said, there better not be a tier 1 drop. I want you to get up there and tell the most funniest story about me that we did all together at different times in your life. And they go, well, that sounds better than what we're doing. I said, yeah, I don't want you all to be sad.
The thing is, Carl, we all cry for our loss.
I know.
Not the fact that they're just gone, but because we don't get to spend any more time with that person. Or in my case, I was crying at Ron's cousin's funeral because she's a grandma. And look at all she's going to miss.
Yeah.
I know.
And that's the part, it's the times that they've lost that we're mourning. We're mourning that they're not going to be front and center of our lives. Even if they weren't front and center, they're not going to be there when the next family reunion we go to. Guess who we're going to be looking for and we're not going to see?
We won't. You might.
Well, that was the hard part for me. Ron goes, "Are you seeing anything?" And I go, "Yeah." He goes, "You want to tell me?" No, I don't want to tell you. It's too hard, and it's not the right place.
I wasn't.
Not during the funeral. It was during the visitation. You asked me if I saw
Yeah.
anything, and it's just I couldn't talk about it.
I just asked if you seen anything, anyone you recognize. I didn't say, I need names. I need names.
No, you didn't do that.
Well, I know at my brother's funeral and everything, sitting there, I got some really strange feelings. I could feel my mom there.
Yep.
And I could feel my little sister there. And I was like, yep, Mike's with him. I'm not worried about it. You know, he's up there with them and Papa and everything. So,
yeah.
That's my uncle's funeral, Uncle Clifford. It was, I don't know, they're up there, preachers up there talking, and it was cold. I mean, it was snowing, and it was cold, and even inside the church, I don't think they turned the heater on until right when we walked in there. It was cold inside there, and
that was bad weather that day driving down there.
And he's talking, and all of a sudden I'm like thinking of just all the different memories. It all of a sudden it's like a movie film.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one after another. Just all these things, flashbacks of stuff you did or you said, or things like that. Just all of a sudden, and man, I started like tingling, and I got hot.
Yeah.
I mean, all of a sudden I was just almost pouring sweat, and I know it was cold in there. I'm thinking, man, this is weird.
No, you want to know what's bad? And I know she's not watching, so I'm not worried about saying this. I'm sitting there at the visitation and the funeral both, right? And I kept seeing this little old lady sitting over here on the other side, right?
Yeah.
So she got up and she come walking over to me, and I was looking at her, and she goes, "You know me?" And I went, "No, I don't." And she goes, "Well, I was kind of your brother's adopted mom." And I went, "Okay, I ain't worried about that, and stuff." So she goes, "Do you know Ace Neal?" And I went,
"You cut out.
Yeah.
Your brother's." You said, "I'm your brother's," and then you cut out on us.
Oh, okay. This lady,
we won't have this problem when we move.
Right. She came up and she goes, "I was kind of your brother's adopted mom."
Oh.
He looked at me like that, and I went, "Okay, no big deal." And she goes, "Now you know Ace Neal?" And I went, "Yeah, my ex-father-in-law." "Yeah, Liz, his wife?" And I went, "Yeah." She goes, "I'm her sister." And I went, "Oh crap, okay." It's pretty bad when you go to a funeral and your ex-wife's been out of your life for 20 years, and what pops up at the funeral? A relative of my ex-wife.
Wow.
Yeah. I went, "Oh Lordy, this is not good."
It could have been worse.
Oh, it could have. My ex could have showed up.
Yeah, I was gonna say she probably wasn't that bad.
No, she was sweetheart.
Yeah, I was gonna say if your brother got along with her.
Oh, I got along with this lady and everything, but hell, she was 90 years old.
Yeah.
And everything. I was surprised she even knew who I was.
Wow.
But
apparently you still look the same.
Yeah, I do. Somewhat. But that's 20 years. That was 20 years ago when we got divorced, and we was married for 7 years. So
you know what's bad was when we were at the funeral on Saturday. I'm sitting there, and she likes popcorn.
That's all right.
She loves it.
Yeah, she'll sit here and eat this for hours.
That likes it.
So I'm sitting there, and I'm looking around.
Crazy girl.
And I'm trying not to because sometimes there's people crying and they don't want you to see them, and that kind of stuff.
Right.
So I go and I'm watching, and I I have a spirit tell me that Paige is going to need the most help. She's going to have the hardest time getting over it. She's the youngest.
She's the youngest, probably the last to leave, I'm sure, and probably stayed around the longest.
Yeah, I mean, she just lives down the road. So does her other sister.
Right.
I'm watching that, and I also see Ron's sister, Joy. Ron's mom's sister. And she's there. And she's with her daughter, Carrie, the one that's in the wheelchair.
Uh-huh.
And you can see that she's consoling. I'm sitting there, I'm freezing my ass off. And it's not cold in the church. I mean, with that many people, it was wall to wall.
Yeah, it was
standing room only.
Mm-hmm.
And so we weren't cold. I'm sitting there shivering. Their dad, Dick, was there. And he was consoling the other sister who was sitting on the other side of me. And I think you met Suze at the Sally house.
Probably.
Actually, you met her at Malvern Manor.
Oh, okay.
The one that we took on a tour of Malvern Manor in the morning.
Yep.
We took her. So
that's right.
So she was sitting next to me, and
Sally house.
Yeah, Sally house.
She thinks Sally house.
Yeah, she thinks Sally house is Sally's house on what show is that? Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so I see all this stuff. I also look over at the brother, and his two brothers are with him. These are Ron's cousins that committed suicide.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Say Rick is the only one you met.
Yeah, Rick was the only one I met, but I'd seen pictures of Gary.
Yeah, Gary.
But it's deduction anyway.
Right.
He's in the Air Force when Gary.
You can figure it out who they are, and so I'm like, okay, everybody's going to be okay. And so later on, we're at the church, and I'm telling Ron what I saw. And actually, I told Ron in the car on the way to the grave site.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this was an odd thing. How many times has everybody from the funeral home, on a large funeral, everybody goes to the burial site?
Very few.
Yeah, well,
they all did.
They were really big in this town. They lived there their entire married life.
Yeah,
and stuff.
You okay?
But
need something to drink? She got something to drink.
Yeah, somewhere she had it. It's a dinosaur drink.
Oh,
and then so I tell Ron, and I'm procrastinating on whether or not to tell anybody what I saw.
Sally house.
So I had told Suze before we left, while I'm sitting there next to her, I tell her what I'm feeling, and what I'm seeing and stuff. Mm-hmm. She didn't want to hear it.
Right.
Which is fine because, it's up to her. She'll probably be glad she heard me today. Mm-hmm. Maybe not then. We go to the gravesite. I tell the other sister what I saw and told her everything.
You're a cuddle.
And she just bawled and was so happy to know. So Paige, I go in there to get my food at the church, and at this point I got somebody I don't know. I don't know Paige, and I'm going, I don't know if I should tell her.
Right.
I just had a long conversation with a guy who'd been held down by demons that lives in Lee Summit. So needless to say, I was pretty confident that I could talk about this well enough. But he kept telling me I was familiar. Found out that he saw me in the Sally House episode.
Oh.
Popcorn.
So he's a contractor.
And you see that look? I grabbed 2 pieces of popcorn. She looked like, hey, that's ours.
So
You don't have permission to eat
I
it.
go up to Paige and I tell her what
Why don't you drink?
what I saw and what I was told by her mother.
Mm-hmm.
And she started crying.
Sit down. Down.
And I said, I don't want to make you cry.
Look out.
I said, I just want you to know that she's around you. And she's going to be. She goes, ever since Mom passed, she goes, I've been wanting to see signs. She goes, the other day, she goes, we see robins all the time. She goes, but all of a sudden, she goes, there was all these cardinals. And I said, I don't know if that's significant. I said, but I do know that your whole family is huge into Cardinal baseball. They're all Cardinal fans.
Yeah.
I said, so that might be a sign for you.
Drink?
I said, people say it all the time that Cardinals are this or that.
Mm-hmm.
But if they have no meaning to you, are they anything?
No.
They don't have a meaning to me, except for maybe if Ron's dad would be the thing that it would mean to me. Huge Cardinal fan, fell asleep during every game.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee it. His dad wanted to play Cardinal baseball. Ron tried out for it. So, that would make sense for me. But before then, I wouldn't say seeing a Cardinal's my mom.
Right.
Puff of smoke, maybe. Something that's related. But I tell her this, and she proceeds to tell me a story that her mother told her.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of weird. She said that one time she was looking at her brother Rick. This was Ron's cousin that died. She told Paige this. She said, one time my mom was looking at him and she saw
a week before.
Yeah, a week before he died. Saw his face turn into her grandmother's face, which would have been his mom at the time, So, and the thing is a week later he committed suicide.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is that there was another time that happened, and it foreshadowed somebody else's death in the family.
Oh.
Yeah. So said that she was looking at her mother on video. They were doing a video chat. Her mom had accidentally called her, but dialed her while she was in the hospital. It was the last week that her mother could talk. And she goes, I was looking at my mother, and all of a sudden she looked like her mother, which is the same one that the cousin or the brother looked like.
Right.
At the same. So it foreshadowed her death. And she goes, the minute I saw that, she goes, I knew that this was going to be the last time that we would, well, she got to the point where she couldn't talk. So
right.
To say it was the last time she talked to her mother where her mother could respond. And so she knew at that time that her mom was going to be gone.
Right.
But it was just so weird to be first off talking to some guy in the line who was a minister at one time, talking about being held down by demons and stuff. And then him going, he just kept telling me, you look familiar. You look familiar. And he said that he had been going over to, I told him we lived in Lewisburg. He goes, oh, I go through there all the time going to Osawatomie. I said, yeah, Osawatomie's weird. He goes, yeah, I've been to the insane asylum over there, which is the Osawatomie State Hospital.
Right.
Which is haunted.
Hi, Susan.
So,
hey, Susan.
Hey, Susan. So needless to say, he brought it up.
Hopefully, Mike.
It wasn't me. And then I said, well, that's interesting. I said, we're involved in the paranormal. And I said, we used to go up to the Sally house all the time. He goes, oh yeah. He goes, I'm doing a bunch of work in Atchison on some construction projects. He goes, I've been to the Sally house, been by the Sally house a few times. Yep. Sally house. And I said,
next tour guide.
I said, fun fact. I said, as we were the tour guides there for 7 years.
Right.
He goes, he's looking at me and he goes, that's where I know you from Ghost Adventures.
Yep.
So I put my glasses on and then he's like, recognize you now.
Yeah, that'll come back to haunt you for a long time. Everybody knows you from that show.
And it's like, that's fine. I mean, it was an interesting experience, but And let's see, more fun facts is I actually changed in the car while we're driving down the road, pulled off all my funeral clothes and put on a sweatshirt in the car, which was interesting. And no cars went by us and nobody saw me. We did stop in Bethany, though.
Did you?
Uh-huh. Stopped at Dairy Queen. So that Dairy Queen's usually pretty good. So apparently she's not.
So what do you think of the Ferris Schoolhouse? The Ferrara Schoolhouse.
The Ferrara Schoolhouse going up for sale?
Is it?
Yeah.
I've known about it for a few months. I don't know if they're going to keep it open for.
Yeah, I think Matt said something about it.
Yeah, I don't think whoever buys it, I wonder if they're going to keep it open for investigations.
I mean,
I don't know what else you do with it.
I mean,
it's out in the middle of nowhere, really.
I mean, what would you do with it? You don't need 7 bathrooms, an apartment.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's in the middle of nowhere. I mean, you're cornfield, and then this building.
Somebody with a big family.
It's pretty good size.
Yeah, but the apartment's not very big.
Oh.
The rest of it's not, I mean, it's in decent shape. It's just not.
It was actually a pretty good sized school back in the day.
I'd like to see the book records on how many people was paid to investigate up there, because then it'd be worth making a business out of it, like all of them do, like Ashmore, Melbourne Manor, places like that.
I don't know how much.
How much are they asking for it?
$295.
$295.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's off the market. It's just they're trying to sell it off market.
Right. 5.2 acres or something like that with it.
There's a graveyard across the street. There's a
more popcorn.
Basketball goal. So you can play basketball there. You got an auditorium. It could be a wedding venue, eating hall area. It could be a lot of things, but like I said,
she's trying to squirm on you.
Yeah, she's trying to squirm over here.
It'll be interesting who's going to come up with the money to buy that and see what goes on.
Here we go. If anybody's
I'd like to get up to Edinburgh one day.
Mm-hmm.
My cousin lives like 5 minutes from there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
If anybody's wondering what I'm doing, I'm eating the kernel pieces off the corn, popcorn, so she can eat it without choking.
Right.
I know it sounds weird, but it melts in your mouth otherwise.
We've all done that. We've all done that.
I'm looking at the pile of boxes and stuff in our living room, which is almost full. I think the hardest part on this move might be how I'm going to puzzle piece everything in the truck to make the most of the room.
Yeah, he's got to Tetris it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, because they're not all the same size boxes.
No, I was at Home Depot today. I was looking at these totes. And I thought, man, why didn't we just get about 20 of these and throw them all in there? Just stack them up.
The reason we didn't was because they cost money. That's a lot of money.
You could have looked at the boxes there at Home Depot. They sell boxes.
Yeah, they had boxes too.
You know what? The boxes are cheaper at Walmart. $1.68 for the big ones.
Well, I kept some from my work. They're real thick cardboard that they ship these drawers in. After I put the drawers, I just kept the box.
I've been using any box I can find. Cat litter box.
I got some big ones out there.
Let's see. Boxes that we've unpacked and repacked from when we moved in here 23 years ago.
Well, you haven't packed anything up in the bedroom yet.
Yeah. Ron's desk is almost gone.
Oh.
The hutch is gone on it. So we got to get rid of the bottom. We got cat tree will be gone on Friday. I can't clean up this because I have to work.
Right.
Oh, I do have some good news. My title got changed today.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, I'm no longer a program manager. I'm now a senior.
Peon pissant.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm now a senior operations analyst. No more money comes with it.
Oh, you just got the title and no pay raise.
Yeah, big deal.
Well, my title didn't fit with the rest of my my company, the division that we're in doesn't fit. And so they finally got that changed. Sent her, she called me to tell me that. Then she called me to tell me somebody's leaving. And then somebody accidentally called everybody in the group. And I go, so when they called, I go, what's up?
Mm-hmm.
And nobody said anything. I said, was this a butt dial? I said, because I'm on vacation this week.
Right. Well, that reminds me of when I was in the service and I went through basic and boot camp and got assigned to Fort Riley. I'm in communications. So I go to Fort Riley, get all checked in there, and they say, okay, you're up on Custer Hill. So they take me up there top to the company, walk in, see the captain, hand him my paperwork, and he goes, we don't have a position for you.
Uh-oh.
And I went, what? And he goes, we need a communications sergeant. And I went, okay, I was an E2 at that time, right?
Yeah.
And stuff. And he goes, I can take care of that. Opens his desk drawers out, pulls the sergeant deals out, hands them to me and says, put them on your collars. You're an E5 now, sergeant. We have a position for you. I went, oh man, good. I get a pay raise. He goes, no, you don't.
No, you don't.
You're an acting sergeant. And I went, well, that sucks.
Oh yeah, all the responsibility, and none of the benefits.
Oh yeah. And I said, why did you need a communications sergeant? I'm the only one in the communications department. And they go, well, we had to have an NCO in charge of that department. And I went, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. And I went from radio operator to radio repairman and running the whole thing.
Yep.
So when I got over to my office, he walked me over the next day and walked in and opened the cage up, went in there, and I looked around and I went, oh, shit. He goes, yeah, you got a lot of radios to repair. And I went, okay. You do know you looked at my paperwork. I'm colorblind. That's why I'm not a radio repairman.
Uh-oh.
He goes, oh, because you got 56 wires inside one of those radios, right?
Yeah.
And every one of them's a different color.
Yep.
So he took me up to the battalion communications department and introduced me up there and stuff and told him, said, we have a problem. We had to make him an acting sergeant because that's what we needed in communications. And I went, okay, yeah, just tell him the whole story, you know? And he goes, but he's colorblind. And the staff sergeant for the battalion up there says, come back and see me in 2 days. I said, okay. So I'd go in the next day to my department and kind of clean up and move stuff around where I knew where it was at. That second day I went up there. He had 5 different radios set on boards, and every wire had a tag on it, the color and where it went. The guy, his whole crew spent 2 days doing that for me.
Oh, wow.
And I went, well, I appreciate this. You guys need anything, you holler. I'll get up here and do that.
I can guarantee that the reason they did that, it was either that or paint something.
Yeah. But,
and you know what? The military hates, anybody in the military hates the busy work. So that's why they did that, because that was easier than the busy work.
Right.
How you feel, Carl?
Oh, pretty good. And everything just been, Gary's been down at the cemetery a lot, getting it mowed and checked out. We're gonna get down there one of these nights and do an investigation down there and see what all was going on, because every time he goes down there, he's getting pushed on the lawnmower. Or the other day he was there and got.
Is it getting worse? Or
a
little more
I don't know if it's getting more active. We'll put it that way.
Well, he needs to speak up and say it's not okay.
Yeah.
To push me because you're going to hurt me.
Right.
I'm here to take care of this place.
But he's finding more graves where the ground is sunk in.
Right.
As he's mowing and stuff. So we'll get down there. But like I was telling Denise there earlier, up here in Davies County where I live at, one of the mushroom hunters was out and found a body Friday in the timber.
Oh, wow.
So we don't know. I don't know of anybody missing up here.
Well,
It may not be from there.
No,
Yeah.
we could have a drop off.
Right. How far away?
I don't know. They just said here in Davies County.
Oh, okay.
The news just had it on there, and there was no update yet from the Highway Patrol or the Sheriff's Department because they haven't identified the body yet.
it's just like
I guess depends on how old it is, or they don't know.
I'm sure it was skeleton remains.
Okay.
I would say more than likely.
this winter would have taken care of last year's bodies.
Mm-hmm.
The animals would have just picked them clean.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's been
How many
been
times
crazy.
have mushroom hunters found bodies in the Kansas City area?
Well, up here, it never fails. Either somebody's out mushroom hunting
Or
or
hunting?
out deer hunting,
Right.
walking the timber, and they find a body. That has been going on for years.
Uh-huh.
A lot of them are from around here. A few of them were from the Kansas City area and brought up and dumped and stuff. So it's different. There's a lot of timber up here.
There is down where we're moving too. I was actually so surprised at how thick it is down there.
Yeah. Well, when I looked that up on Google Earth, I could tell how thick it was because they hadn't even put that in yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, now I know why you got bears and big cats down there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The Florida brown bear, is it brown or black?
Black.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
They said brown, but I'm sure it's black bear.
But
Yeah.
they're prevalent down there.
Mm-hmm.
All the way down to Gulf Shore or down to Gulf Breeze, which
Yeah,
is
just
basically
Watch your trash cans.
Well, we'll have to keep them in the garage
Yeah.
or at least on the side. I don't know, but our daughter's palm tree had babies,
Oh, yep.
so she's bringing us a palm tree for our new house. So I'm surprised that it had
awesome.
babies because of the
Yeah, I
fact
saw that.
Mhm.
I told her.
she called me. She sent me a message. She goes, "Mom," she goes, "palm tree had babies. Do you want some?" I'm like, sure. So I wasn't outside very much when we were there.
No, we were.
Yeah, you were.
Put them in the backyard.
It'll be the front yard. The backyard's too shady,
Oh.
and I don't know if it fruits anything.
That's where you're going to be suntanning, isn't it?
I don't know if they do or not.
Well, there are. I mean, different palm trees give off different fruits. Some are like acai berries. Some are bananas. Some
mean
are.
When
coconut.
Denise goes to Florida, you mean she's actually going to get a suntan? Wow.
I'll be outside.
That'll be the first I've ever seen.
You should see Ruby's feet. From he's got his.
When I met her, she was you're pretty dark.
Yeah, I used to prance around in a swimsuit all the time, trying to get attention back then.
Oh,
Right.
Is that what it was?
That's what everybody did back in the 80s.
It worked on my roommate.
He didn't have to hang his head up anywhere, did he? He had a place.
Whoa.
Oh man. But yeah.
But
Yeah, we all gotta get together before you take off.
it's going to be hard.
I know.
I know.
We're trying to get together, but we got to get all this stuff done. I can't. We might be able to wait until the last minute.
Yeah, more than likely, if we take
Once
the offer on Saturday, we may have to be out of here by June 1st.
Oh, you
Awesome.
already got an offer?
We have an offer that we received from Open Door. We have to either accept it,
Which
or
we're going to probably do this weekend. We didn't want to do that until we were confident that we had a closing date.
Right.
those can get moved up, moved back. You never know. But we're pretty sure it'll be the 17th.
Right.
And then we're going to have to make a truckload trip down there just right after closing. And we don't want to do it Memorial Weekend. So we're going to have to do it
the weekend before.
Yeah, like I
The
really don't
20th.
want to
You're
travel.
going to have to do it on your anniversary.
We can't because that's the weekend
Memorial
of
weekend.
Memorial Day weekend.
Is it?
Yep.
Yeah,
and
I
guess
don't
who
want to
else?
be down there.
Guess who's all going to the
Driving
beach
down.
Memorial Day weekend?
Everybody.
Everybody.
So, needless to say,
We'll have to do it the week before.
and when we go down, I gotta get blinds installed and make sure I have all the stuff ready.
Utilities up.
I gotta have internet. I can't move people down there without all
You
the
may
stuff.
have to go down on the 20th.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, like the night. I'll probably rent the truck on the 19th, Friday evening, and then we'll pick it up Friday afternoon and start loading it. Hopefully finish sometime Saturday and then leave.
Leave them right between noon and.
Hopefully get to at least Jonesboro or just past it.
Right.
Found a nice little Days Inn in Truman, Arkansas. That's pretty decent. The owners
6.5 hours. It's almost halfway.
The owners were really very accommodating. So, but again, I did bitch a lot about the previous Days Inn Jonesboro.
Right.
But
yeah, poor guy's like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I can do.
Right.
It's like, damn, Denise.
Well, I told him.
This guy's going to bend over backwards. Let's worry about this place.
Yeah, I told him. I said, I appreciate it. I said, everything was great.
I was waiting for you to say, did I tell you about the time this kid tripped me when I was 2? What are you going to do about it?
No, I did not.
Man, that thing, I got some splinters from that box spring.
Oh, that's not good.
When I moved it. Yeah, that's all splintered up. I guess from the cat scratching on. I don't know.
Hi, Ruby.
Say hi.
Hey, Carl.
Hey.
Not like that.
Hello. Goodbye.
Getting his long hair back.
Yeah, he needs a haircut.
No, he don't.
Carl's got long hair.
That's right.
Just not in his eyes.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you style it and have it cut styled back.
So, well, it's like Clover.
Mohawk.
She's got her little fountain on top. Look at that. Look at her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dressed him. I didn't know what to dress him in. So I told Leah, I called her. I said, I got him dressed there at my house. She goes, well, Clover was already dressed. I said, no, she wasn't. She stripped everything off.
Sticking out.
That's a little kid for you.
And so I didn't know what was going to fit. So I found a pair of Ruby's old skate pants, skateboard pants. They're supposed to, kind of go up to here.
Yeah.
They almost go to her feet, but they're gold and they match the little Winnie the Pooh shirt she's got on. I mean, I matched them up. And last night Ruby had an accident and I had to change his underwear. So I put a pair of like shorts on him that were mine, the skin tight ones. And I put a rubber band around him to hold him up. He was still wearing them today. He goes, but Grandma, I like your shorts. I was like, no, let's change them.
Yeah.
Change them.
Yeah, we're gonna try and get my cousins and that before we go down. I think we're gonna meet in Herman
and hang out with them, kind of like another mini family reunion
Down in Herman, Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's only about 45
mom and brothers
minutes.
are in O'Fallon. Got some cousins in just north of Jeff City, and then the ones from Iowa. It's just a little further. They were wanting to do
Weston. The thing is Carrie can't.
I know.
Carrie can't do Weston. She can't get down
couldn't get
in O'Malley's, because it's not handicapped accessible.
Right.
Unless there's an elevator I didn't know about, and I don't remember one.
I don't think so. They're
No. Have you ever been to O'Malley's?
Mm-mm.
It's an underground bar that used to be they used to store beer there.
Yeah.
Back in the early in the late 1800s, and it's haunted.
Oh.
And every year, if you'll see it on my Facebook, I'll get a happy birthday wish from Bob Reeder. Guys, check out Bob Reeder. Look him up, Bob Reeder O'Malley's. He is an Irish Limerick singer.
Oh, really?
He performs there 5 days a week at O'Malley's and has for over 20 years. You go watch this guy. The longer the night goes on, the harder your stomach's going to hurt from laughing so hard. It's like you did 10,000 push-ups or 10,000 crunches that night because you're laughing so hard.
It gets raunchier as the night goes.
Just like every other.
Nastier.
The more he drinks, the more it goes.
Right.
And
I mean, you don't think it's going to get worse, but it does.
But we have a great.
And he does it with a straight face and a smile, a little smirk, like a Bob Newhart.
Actually, you know what he looks like though? He looks like what's his name? What are you, a cop? Yeah. Okay, so on 2.5 Men, you got a guy, the pharmacist on there.
Right.
And he'll say, "What are you, a cop?" Looks like him. All of a sudden, my brain's gone completely dead. But I love that guy. He was great also on Roseanne. So if you guys go back, he was the boss in Roseanne when they worked in the factory. So can't remember his name now.
Let's start with the last name is an M.
Yeah.
But
it's going to drive me nuts.
I know. You're going to look it up.
I can't get in no matter what I do. I'm so sorry. That's what our guest just said.
Oh.
You can't get in?
Yeah, she's having trouble.
What?
She had trouble last time.
Yeah, I know she did, and it took her a while. And I'm just not. I don't have time to coach somebody else tonight. I'm
that's
so
all right.
sorry, Chanel. I'm so sorry. I just coached Ron before the show, and I can't do it again. And you know what? We'll have her on some other time, and I'll work with her before the show to see if we can get her to get on easier. But I was really looking forward to hearing from her.
Yeah.
Especially, has she been having more paranormal experiences since she's surviving cancer? Was she having a lot while she was going through her chemo and all that? Has it increased her abilities to see stuff? I mean, I got all kinds of questions.
Right.
I'm prepared. I'm prepared with questions for everybody.
Right. Well, that's good. Because it's quite the deal. Because last time we had her on here, she didn't get to say very much.
And that was through no fault of any of ours.
No, it wasn't.
Rumble
said that you're not allowed to comment.
What did you do, Mike? Oh, that's right. You voted for Trump. I'm sorry. But that's not usually Rumble's issue.
No.
Did you
You're
say
over? You went over to the live chat part on there, Mike, didn't you? And everything, because we got one guy over there. I'm just avoiding that one, but it would not allow him to comment. That's a first. Because Daniel over there comments all the time over on Rumble. Hey, Pastor Gary. Yeah, they got a new home.
Yep. We have a new home, and it's funny. It's the first house we saw, last house we went to, one we ended up buying. We saved ourselves a lot of time. And then our very first house that we ever bought, I had the shutters all painted Wedgwood blue. The front door painted Wedgwood blue at some point. That's what color the house is. Not the house, but the trim, the shutters, the front door. But I am already, I still think it's funny when I said, "Oh, I can always paint the door purple," and they almost broke their necks trying to look at me.
Yeah.
So
I'll bet.
But I guess I could have also been wearing a K-State shirt. Maybe that would have helped.
In my head.
But again, and the thing is our real estate agent, her favorite color is purple. So, but I don't know. I don't know who we're going to have for a guest next week. I don't know. I feel so bad. I forgot about the show. I'm sitting there at 4:30 going, oh, crap. I forgot today was Tuesday. Well, I didn't have a show last night, so my mind was on all this other stuff.
I know.
And
you got a lot going on, and between the kids and moving, and now are they all getting ready to move too, or what are we doing?
Lauren is. Leah kind of can't until last minute because of the kids. You know, it's one of the. I mean, she can get rid of some stuff. I told her, I said, I really don't want you to get rid of any of the baby clothes and stuff. I said, I think we can use that to start a business.
Mm-hmm.
Ruby Clover resale.
Yep.
And so we're going to start that up and take all those baby clothes that I bought, sell them. I have all kinds of vintage clothes. So if you really liked all the funky dresses from the 80s, I got them.
Mm-hmm.
Things like that. If they're not dry rotted, I'm going to sell them. And this one lady on the Dave Ramsey show, she was on there and she said that she just started a business. She started buying baby clothes for, nickel to a quarter at garage sales, turning around and selling them for, $1 to $3. And she's making $8,000 a month.
Right. That's what we do at our yard sales and everything. I probably have 12 totes completely full, plus one closet in here is full of clothes, anywhere from 4 years old to newborns.
And do you have an Etsy shop or anything like that to put them on?
No, I move a lot of them through yard sales.
Yeah, I'm not
at a dollar piece, type things and everything. It's like I told Tammy, I said, don't mark them up so high. If there's 500 pieces in there, mark them at $1 a piece. If you sell them all, that's $500.
Yeah, I just figured, put them up there for $1 to $3, and you buy $30 worth, I'll throw in the shipping. I already paid for all the clothes.
Yeah.
When I bought them for the kids to start with, some of the clothes that I have were my kids' clothes.
Uh-huh.
So some of the vintage baby clothes.
A lot of these clothes here came from what we call the raid house that our landlord owned. That they went in and got a lot out, but they left a lot in there. He said, go clean it out. We went over there. There was brand new with the tags on them. Kids' clothes.
I have some of those.
I had 8 pairs of Miss Me jeans. I looked them up on the internet. There's $100 jeans. I was like,
you
oh
sell
my
them for
God.
10, you've made some money.
Exactly. It didn't cost me nothing.
Right. And that's kind of how I look at it is, I already spent the money on these. So since I've already spent the money on them, it's not a big deal. Susan sent me it says Mike is forbidden.
I wonder why.
Yeah, Susan sent me a screenshot of it, and it says he's forbidden. I wonder why. I haven't been on there enough to.
I haven't blocked him on there, so I know he's not.
Well, I don't know. So
I don't know. And Pastor Gary's having an antique yard sale. All these antiques that Sue bought throughout all the times and everything. Yeah. He's got a ton of them.
So how much of squeak, squeak? She found a mouse. And she says it says squeak, squeak.
Oh, it says squeak, squeak. Yeah. Say, where's the cat?
Actually, funny story. I bought this at IKEA. And I brought it home. It was when I went to Denver before we had IKEAs here. And I gave it to the cats.
It was stinky.
The cat walked up to it, Keela, my cat. She walks up to it, she picks it up off the ground, and she goes, never touched it again. She killed it. She's done. She's So
I'm still trying to figure out why Mike can't comment on there.
Well,
On here?
On Rumble.
On Rumble.
He's got a.
Yeah.
Now, does Mike have a Rumble account? He may have to have a Rumble account to comment.
Yeah, I think so.
Let me refresh and see what's going on here.
It says we have no banned guests.
No,
So
we don't.
So I'm going to go take a little break. Somebody pooped in their pants and needs to have a change.
Yeah.
And it's not Ron.
Ron ain't ready for the Depends yet, so.
Well, that just depends on when he.
Yeah, had to get my battery plugged in and charged up for my cordless drill, which I haven't used in years. I got to fix this deck.
What's the matter with the deck?
Oh, they use nails and I don't know, they go into the wood maybe a quarter inch.
Uh-huh.
So they're just like coming out.
Popping out.
Yep. All on the one side.
Yeah.
So I'm screwing them in.
There you go.
What?
There you go. Which type of screws are you going to use? You going to use the stars or the squares or Phillips?
Phillips.
I would probably go to the stars if I was you. Get you a start. Go down there and get you a box of them. It'll have the bit in it.
Right.
For it. Because
I thought about it, but this wood's nice and old and pretty soft.
Right.
It's pretty weathered, so it should.
They always tighten down a lot better because Phillips strip out so easy.
I know
anymore.
Are those star screws good for a fence?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I thought about getting those, but Starbits, yeah, they don't strip out as much.
Yeah,
if it was newer wood, I would.
Well, but even what I like about them is on the older boards, if they're warping up where they're bowing,
yeah,
you can take them star bits and put them in the side and screw them down on each side, and it'll take the bow out. Yep. Try that with a Phillips, and you'll strip it out every time.
Yeah.
I mean, I use anything I do anymore. I use the star bits or the square bit and everything. It bites tighter and goes in. So, but yeah, they work great if you got a picket fence or any fence like that you're putting up.
Yeah, these screws should go through pretty easy.
Yeah. How long of screws you got?
About 2.5.
Okay. And you're putting it through, what do you got? 5/8 decking on there?
It's 2x2. It's actually the rail.
Oh,
the little rail things.
The spindles.
They just all popped off almost.
Yeah.
Or they're come off at the top and they're just sticking there, or either both sides fell off. They just use a little nail.
Right. Yeah, that's one thing. When you build a deck, you don't use nails.
No, that's what they use nails on the steps, but everything else has got the star.
I wouldn't even use nail on the steps. I'd use screws because you're always first place you're going to replace is always the steps because they get a lot of use on them, and
that's why the deck looks fine because they use the right screws, and the steps they use nails. That looks like crap. I just need it to be functional and to look halfway decent.
That's right. That's exactly right. So you're going to do an open house this weekend.
Yeah, right? Open door on Saturday.
Good deal. Now, do you advertise that or put signs out, or what do you do?
Yep. Just take the bid they're offering, and we say, yep, we'll take it.
Yeah, but how do the people find the house that they know there's going to be an open house there?
It's an open door.
Open door.
It's actually investors that are buying it.
Oh.
I know because I used to do the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Except I would try to get them dirt cheap and then fix them up and then try and sell them.
Right.
Where they give you a pretty close to market price.
Right.
And I mean, they're going to take some pictures. They're going to know, it needs to be repainted and all that. They're going to take 10, 15,000 off. We already know that.
Right.
And then they'll hit us. They got a realtor fee of about 3%, that's still cheaper than paying a realtor. There's anywhere from 5 to 7.
Yeah. So
that's better. But yeah, what they're offering, I mean, if they take, 20, 30,000 comes off, we'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
It'll still be more than what we think we could get if we spent 20 grand and fixed it up.
Oh yeah.
And went through a realtor. After their fees, you'd be
in the hole.
We'll be that good.
Exactly.
I mean, the whole thing is what we paid for the new price for the new house. The price we paid. If we get out of this, what we think, I already put 20. I'll be putting 20% down. I took it out of my IRA, which is fine, but because I'll take what's in my 401 and roll it. When I leave my job, I'll roll it back in, and it's about the same amount.
Right.
I'm basically just replacing it, and that was the whole reason for the 401 was to get money for down payment later on down the road, just in case.
Right.
And if anyone's asking, one of the jobs I'm interviewing for is a financial planner, so I know what I'm doing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you've already got a deal set up down there in Florida.
Yeah. Well, interviews.
Good.
Yep.
Good.
I just started looking basically a few days ago.
Oh, well, that's good.
I haven't even looked through all the jobs, but I'm just picking and being real picky.
Right.
I think I only put in for 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So.
Well, find something that you want to spend the next 10, 15 years in.
10, 15?
Yeah.
Do you know how old he is?
Yeah.
I don't want him working that long, because if he works that long, I have
when
to work
she
that
sees
long.
the checks coming in.
I don't want him to work that long because I don't want to work that long.
Well, he'll probably work for 10 years. We'll put it that way.
Probably.
I don't know.
I want to travel, but now that the kids are all going to be pretty much in the same place, why?
I was going to say, what do you want to travel? You're traveling down to live in Florida. You're going to travel over the state? That's all right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We got lots of relatives. Yeah, you can go all over Florida.
I got family there. He's got family there.
Relatives in Tampa area.
Daytona.
They got
Flagler.
boats.
Now, there you go, Daytona.
Yeah,
I'd go down there to that.
Sanibel, Key West, Jacksonville.
St. Augustine.
We'll go see Barbara.
Yeah.
We're 5 hours from Jacksonville.
Right.
Purple will help.
Yeah. Plus, you're not that far from. Well, you won't be that far from New Orleans.
Oh no, 3 hours.
Yeah. So you got all of Alabama and Mississippi there. The lower
Dolphin
part.
Island. That's less than 2.
Yeah. I already got plans for the Strawberry Festival
minutes.
next year in Loxley. It's the first full weekend in April.
Going to do the strawberry crawl down there, right?
I don't know if they have that. I think that it is Alabama.
Uh-huh.
That was Georgia. It's down in Georgia around July.
I'll probably work until she retires. So you got what?
I have to go until 62.
62.
Well, and when do I get to take Medicare?
At 60.
So I may have to go until I'm 65.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because I don't get it until I'm 65, and that's 2 years down the road.
Right. So Rana's going to be going on to my insurance.
Yeah, the job I'm interviewing is a financial planner for military families.
Oh,
So it's a win-win.
yeah, it is.
So like I said, I wish I knew half of what I know now when I was
21.
20, 21.
Yeah.
I could have retired 20 years ago.
Oh, yeah. All of us could.
Right.
If
But
I wouldn't have had to sell all my semis and all that,
right.
I could have retired.
I don't know
10
why they
years
don't
ago.
teach this stuff. You need to have good credit. You need to have good credit. You know, screw that.
Screw
No,
credit.
there's
Why do you need good credit? Oh, so I can borrow more money. We need to borrow more money for it, so I can have good credit.
So you can pay more interest.
You see the pattern?
Uh-huh.
Hey, I'm good until I die now.
Yeah.
Got a $300,000 house on my shoulders now. He's going to pay. I got to pay. But my credit is the one that's going to take the brunt of it.
Right.
Because he's
But once you sell that house there, you'll invest that into lowering that down quite a bit.
Yep, pay it off.
Yeah, but we can't pay it off until 6 months or we get an early payoff penalty.
Right.
Which is fine. We agreed on that.
Yeah, we knew about that to start with. As long as you know about it, that's okay.
Yeah, if you don't know about it, that's not okay.
Right. So that's the big thing. We know about it, and I mean, who's to say? I mean, I'm going to say, yeah, we're going to get a tax credit, but people don't understand on taxes. If you're with me and him, we only get a certain tax credit, same as you and Tammy.
Right.
You can't. You got to do.
But I do itemize, but it has to be so much over. No, because we don't make enough. I mean, we don't have enough deductions.
Nobody does. You know how many people itemize? 13%.
Yeah.
13%.
We used to.
Yeah.
Because of how they have the taxes now.
Yeah.
You itemize and they got a set amount. It's hard to get that amount.
It is.
Yeah, it's $25,000+ for me and him. Okay.
Yep.
So unless my interest is well over interest, taxes, and all this other stuff is over that, and you can't write off moving more than 50 miles for your job anymore.
Yeah, a lot of people want to write off their stupid interest on their, on their taxes. Mm-hmm. We call that stepping over the dollars to pick up the dime.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what it is.
And hello to everybody over on Rumble. We got 21 people watching us over on Rumble right now.
I mean, would you rather
look at this?
Make a $2,000 a month house payment so you can get that $1,200 back at the end of the year?
Stand up. Stand up.
Stand up.
Oh, she's getting big.
Oh, she got marked up.
You see the markers on her?
Yeah.
Mark her face up.
Uh-oh. You got a hold of the markers, didn't you?
You gave her a real one?
Yeah, it comes off.
God.
It comes off.
Not real easy.
No, this one comes off easy.
Oh.
She's preparing. Hey, she's preparing for her future job as a tattoo artist.
That could be possible.
You hear me? Here, give me purple.
Give you purple?
Purple. Purple. What? That's how she said the F word.
I know.
She possibly could have.
Yeah, she picks up from her parents. They say it all the time.
Right. But, yeah, you get down there, you're going to have to find several places to investigate.
There is.
I know. We've had a lot of the guests on here from down in Florida that was talking about.
Yeah. That's why we brought them on.
Well, it'd be a good place to do them live down there because before that, none of us had really heard of a lot of those locations.
Right. Oh, we hadn't either.
You're thinking Florida. How many paranormal shows do they go down into Florida? Hardly any.
Right.
So, yeah, we'll set it up and start going live down there when you guys go on investigations. That'd be the way to do that.
Yeah, when we get down there, we'll get with a lot of those people and they'll give us more information.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And see how many paranormal teams are down in that area in Florida.
There might be more than we thought.
There might be. There very well could be.
We don't even have to go that far. I mean, still have stuff in Mississippi and Alabama and Tennessee. It's not far.
Mm-hmm.
I think Gatlinburg was.
6 hours.
I think it's further than that. I think it's 7.
Well, you go to New Orleans, you can find all kinds of haunted locations down there.
From what I understand,
Go through Georgia. Why would I go through Georgia?
We have to go through a little corner of Georgia to get to Gatlinburg. Yeah, we did. I'm being told
It won't.
from people that Milton has really got a lot of haunted places.
Good.
So, she's drying her hands.
Well, there's a lot of history down there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Get,
It's the oldest town in that part of Florida.
besides Pensacola.
Right.
So, but that's because of the pirates and the shit, all the bays and stuff. You got so many places that you can go in to dock a boat and all that other crap. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, marker didn't come off.
Uh-oh.
But it was a lot of pink came off her hands. I mean, it says it's purple, but when it's on your skin, it looks pink.
Oh.
And it's a Sharpie, so.
Oh.
Yep. It says Sharpie. It's
Some of the stuff that, she did it last night, and it all came off. So I don't know. Maybe she had a lot of dirt on her hands.
right.
Well, that's like when me and Tammy first got together and everything. We had a couple of the kids we consider grandkids staying with us in our house up at Maysville.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we put them to bed. They're little bitty. They're Clover size and a year or two older, right? And everything. And we're sitting in there on the couch, and I went, those kids are awful quiet. Usually they're yak, yak, yak until they fall asleep.
Right.
We didn't hear nothing. So Tammy goes in there to check on them, and she yells at me. And I go, oh, crap. I go in there. Cheyenne has fingernail polish all over her face and all over her hands. Dakota has got it on his hands and some on his face.
Oh, no.
So I'm going, oh, crap. And this stuff's already hardened.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
It'll come off, but it'll ruin whatever it got on.
That ain't nothing. They're in Tessa's, her daughter's bed, right? And I went, look this bed over real quick. Make sure that there wasn't a drop of fingernail polish on it. So Tammy goes to Cheyenne, take her nightgown on, lifts up, and she goes, oh, my God. She had got underneath her nightgown and rubbed her hands. So did Dakota, right? They found out what fingernail polish was. Remover. Oh, them poor babies.
Yeah, that hurts after a while.
Oh, we scrubbed and we scrubbed.
Yeah.
And
Do you
we
know that you could have
scrubbed.
put him in the bathtub with hot water and it would have peeled right off?
Really?
Because when I paint my toenails, I overpaint them all the time and just take a hot bath and peel it off. So keep that in mind.
I didn't call you.
Oh, man.
Oh, we never pay attention to idiot spirits.
No, we don't.
We don't pay attention to idiots either.
No.
I should have turned on the light. We're getting darker.
Yeah, you are. The light hasn't lit up in your like it usually does.
It's because the overhead light's not on.
Oh.
So if it was, you'd be seeing it. So I'd like to say hi to everybody since I really haven't said hi to everybody.
Yeah, we got everybody in there.
If you guys have any questions you want to ask about the paranormal, please do. And we're sorry that our guest couldn't show up tonight. She tried. She was just having internet issues, and we'll have her on some other time. But our guest just couldn't make it tonight through her technical issues. Hey, we're lucky we're here with technical issues.
Right. Yeah, while you was
Don't touch anything.
waiting to come on and everything, I showed them all the Scared City paranormal stuff down there in July that we're going to be at. And,
Oh yeah, that event that you're going to in Paragould.
Yep.
When is that?
July 21st and 22nd.
All right.
Well, maybe if we're settled and everything, maybe we can come up. I'm not going to promise anything. But...
Hey, that would be a great deal because there is the guests that they have planned for there is really amazing.
Well,
plus, they're going to have 2 paranormal investigations after the shows.
You do know that today is Santiago's birthday.
Yes, I do. Everybody go to Santiago Sorello's Facebook page and wish him a happy 50th birthday today.
Ah.
Half century old.
Yeah,
I'm never going to make it.
He's in Metropolis, Illinois.
Yeah, we know where that is.
I do too.
It's one of those places.
Is that where he lives now?
No. Him and Misty went up there. They've got a deal to do in a couple of days up there.
I thought he lived in Nashville.
He lives north of Nashville.
Yeah.
Out in the country there. So,
well, I just hope he's having a happy birthday and that all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Paragould is, I remember going there and I always swore that I was drinking peach knee-high in Baltimore, but it wasn't. It was Blytheville that got me started on that stuff, and it's made in Paragould, Arkansas. Paragould, Arkansas. So
Gary's got a question for you.
Yeah. I'll say, let's put it up here.
Yes. So Gary asked Denise, did the shovel
there you go
handle that hit me at the cemetery have help? I believe it did. I believe it was a gentleman that's buried there. It's my guess.
When was that, Gary? Was that recent?
Yeah, that was just a week or so ago.
Wow.
And Gary,
they are ramping up there.
And Gary, you need to tell the spirits when you get there the next time that it's okay to make themselves known, but not to be hurting you because you don't need that kind of stuff.
No, he don't, especially when he's down there by himself.
Right.
Yeah,
it could be days for anybody to find him.
Yeah, tell him to talk into your hearing aid so you can hear him. Oh, she hit her head.
She just, your power thing is.
Oh, that hurt.
Yeah, right on the corner. She doesn't pay attention.
Yeah. Yeah, she smacked it real good. But yeah, if y'all have any questions in there or over on Rumble, please ask us. We'll answer the questions and everything. And I know the little one got hurt. She bumped her head pretty good.
Yeah, I don't like these desks with the sharp corners. That's why I'm getting rid of mine.
Right.
We got pointy sharp corners.
Yeah. Get the rounded kind. They're around everything.
Yep. And the our TV stand's got pointed corners, and we're gonna trash it. And we got one out in the garage my mom gave us. It's all rounded corners.
Right. No.
Yeah, she just walked up, went to bend down to get something, and caught the corner.
Ooh, hopefully it didn't cut her.
No, she's not bleeding.
No, but it hurt her bad.
Yeah, I'm looking for something to put over it.
But yeah, Gary said he was trying to move one of the headstones to get it square when the shovel handle hit him.
Huh.
So, yeah, there have been a lot of stuff. He's been pushed on the lawnmower down there. He's been pushed walking down there. So, I'm going to have to get with him and go down there and do an investigation one of these nights. Probably on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
yeah, I'm trying to get everything. I want to get everything done, way ahead of time. And that way we can do some stuff. But I can't get her motivated.
Well, like you said, if you need
She's
help,
last minute Lula. That's her nickname. That's the nickname I gave her. Everything she does is last minute.
Yeah.
So
Like I said, if you need any help, holler at me.
Nothing new. Well, most of the stuff we need to go through is hers.
Oh.
I said if it comes, we run out of time, I'm gonna go through her stuff.
I just box it up and let her go through it.
I don't care what it is. That's gonna go in the trash. That's how I sort.
Time to sort it out and start over new.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to do. I mean, if it's my stuff, I can easily do it. I know what to keep and get rid of it. She all right?
Yeah, she wants her binky.
Oh, her binky?
Oh.
Yes,
oh, that it? There you go.
Big brother will take care of it.
Yep, he's a good brother.
Yes, he is. He's a good boy. But
yeah, seems like we're babysitting every day now, all day, and
it'll never change. Wait until they move down there with you. Then you'll be babysitting every day.
Yep, a good way to get in trouble, but I only state facts.
That's right. I know.
Making it up.
I know, Rod.
And she's supposedly off this week and really hadn't got nothing done. Today's Tuesday.
Yep. Yeah, this month's going to get away from us real quick, and we're in the May.
I don't know. She's way underestimating this move. I mean, way underestimating. I see I've touched every box. That's how I know. It's been in my hand. I've put it somewhere. I know exactly what we got and what we have left. It's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to get with Pastor Gary, and we'll have to come down on the weekend and get those aquariums.
Oh, you want some aquariums?
Yeah, we'll get them. Yeah, I got some people up here interested in them.
Yeah, my daughter's got somebody I think's wanting that 55 in the stand.
Okay,
but we haven't heard anything. Right. That was 2 weeks ago.
Right.
I asked her when she's planning on coming up to get it, and she hadn't said anything.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get with him, and because I'll need his truck to haul him in.
Yeah, I got real nice 29 with lights, heaters, everything, all different kinds of stuff. Just need to be cleaned up. I'm not gonna have time to clean them.
Right, that's no problem. But yeah, that way we get down there and see you guys and pick those up and see if you need any help doing anything while we're there.
Got a question.
We need to get in touch with the neighbor and find out where the Indian items are. Oh, the neighbors up on the hill where the hunting guys are at. Is that who you're talking about, Gary? I think that's what we need to do.
Did they find something?
Yeah. You know that story we told you.
Yeah.
About the 3 guys from the city that came up that know that guy, and he gave them permission to go up on the hill to dig for Indian artifacts, and they found some, and they looked up. They looked up, and there was a full apparition of a Indian standing in front of them.
Wow.
They put everything back in the ground they found, covered it up, and ran off the hill and said they would never go back up there.
Huh.
Oh, you're getting new tires on the truck tomorrow. That's good. I got to go to St. Joe tomorrow and get my new glasses. They're in. So, yeah, I'll have a whole different look. I'm getting rid of these wire glasses. So, But yeah, that up there. Yeah, we need to get a hold of him and see if we can get permission to go up there. Because I'd love to find some of those Indian artifacts. If I see a full apparition of an Indian, yeah, I'm gonna have equipment there with me real quick to talk. Oh,
Huh.
one tire was cut. Ooh, that ain't good. That ain't good.
No. I caught a sharp rock or something.
Probably did out there driving to the cemetery.
Yeah.
I would say that's probably what happened.
Yeah, probably had a slow leak.
Yeah. But yeah, things are, I mean, you couldn't ask for a more beautiful day today. It was nice outside.
Oh yeah, this is really nice.
Plus, Gary, we got to get down to the cemetery. I got to try out my new drone. I want to film it from the air and make a video of the cemetery.
You got a new drone?
Yeah, I got a new drone.
Where'd you get it at?
I actually bought it from off of Temu, a place where we get where I get the Second Amendment coins and the pocket watches and a lot of my wood for my engraving, acrylic, and all that. So it's where Tammy's been buying. We got a lot of rings for sale and everything. Real nice rings. I got one of them on right here and everything. And you can buy the ring in whatever size you want for about $1.18, and they're real nice quality rings. So, but yeah, the drone. Oh, let me grab it here real quick.
Yeah, my cousin's kid, he sells drones.
Oh, he does.
Yep.
Oh,
I guess really, really nice ones. The cheapest one is $32,000.
oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the high dollar.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, pretty much military grade.
Yeah. This one is one of these that goes out, goes out, goes out.
So what's
goes
Tammy
out.
say about all these toys?
Hey, she buys a lot of them, all the other stuff. I got a great deal. I buy a lot of stuff off Temu.
Yeah.
And I got this one as a gift.
You did see
really?
the article on Temu.
I
right?
know. Yeah. I seen it. But it has a camera in the front. It has a camera underneath that you can film with. This deal on top is a system that if you get close to the wall or any object, it stops.
Yeah.
So, and you set
You
your
haven't
phone.
tried it out yet?
Oh yeah, I've been flying it
Oh,
outside.
okay.
Oh yeah, I'm getting used to it. You control it off your phone.
Really?
I got a controller that the phone sets on so you can watch the camera and control it. You can even draw a deal on the phone app and the drone will follow that mark.
How far can it go away from you?
I think this one here can go 1,000 meters. So, but I know it goes up. I've had it probably 150.
Yeah, I'd like to have one too.
I have probably this one here. I've had 150, 175 feet in the air.
Yeah, I want to get one. I want to take it out over the Gulf and
Uh-huh.
just see what's swimming around.
See the
Right.
hammerheads?
And this one here came with 3 batteries with it, which was a good deal. So
is there stuff really at 68 cents and
yes,
$1.04?
yes,
And how much is shipping?
free.
How in the hell can they do that? Well, it's China.
You know these Second Amendment or the gun rights Second Amendment coins I've got in these case.
Yeah.
These were $1.18 a piece.
Huh.
You've seen the quality of them.
Yeah.
They're heavy and really good. What else? Oh,
So it's better than Wish.com?
oh yeah. Oh yeah. Big time.
Because Wish has got junk.
Okay. Set of earbuds, the type
Oh,
that go around you like that.
Yeah.
That the timer will come on and show you your battery rating and everything on here, right? That was $298. And they
Damn.
sound fantastic.
huh. So this is where the dollar store may be getting all their crap.
Very possible. Very possible. I mean, we order stuff and you're talking we may spend $15 to $25, right? And everything. I could resell it and make $150 to $200 off the items.
So do they have paranormal equipment? Or stuff that you use as paranormal equipment?
Yes.
Like cat balls.
Cat ball.
Yes, they do have them on there. They have the digital gun.
Oh,
I've had this one.
the
One
thermal
of the thermal
gun?
guns.
Yeah, I have one of those.
You can get them for like $4.
Huh.
Huh. I wonder how accurate they are.
Just as that, everything I've had and
Oh, I'm
checked.
telling you.
I don't know what that was. Everything I've had and checked has worked out real good and everything. I mean, the rings that I know I hit the microphone. Okay. These are the rings like the this one here is really cool. If the camera will pick it up. This
Oh, it
black,
looks like tungsten, kind of.
yeah, but it's also a temperature ring.
Oh, yeah, I've seen a few of those.
Right. These here were 89 cents a piece and they're heavy metal. I can engrave on them.
Huh.
Grandpa, I just catch all of it.
Here's one that I haven't even opened up. This is a necklace
Catch all of it.
that has an axe on it. I know my camera don't do it justice,
Yeah, one.
but it's in there. Different, all kinds of different ones. This one here is one of the spinner rings that
Yeah.
centerpiece spins on them.
So what do you do with all this?
We buy them and resell them.
Yeah, that's what I thought
Hey,
you did.
when you can buy one of these,
Yeah.
this one's real cool. This one has deer and everything on it,
Uh-huh.
right? When I can buy them for 89 cents and sell them for $9.99,
Uh-huh.
yeah. So there's all kinds of stuff on there. Well, I bought where you at? I bought 3 of these. Three of these cameras. The ones you control with your phone
Uh-huh.
and everything. I got 3 of them for $15.
So
And
those are the outside
ring
wireless
camera.
ones, right?
outside, or you
Yeah, it
can
looks
use
like a ring
them to. These are the type that you can talk through your phone and the voice will come out.
Okay. And so are they motion activated?
Yes, and they have night vision on them.
Do you have to put it on night vision or does it automatically go there?
No, you can set it automatically goes there
Okay.
from day to night, and then the infrared lights will come on. And how long does it run on a charge?
Uh-huh.
About if you.
I think
I can make them run a long time because I would hook a little battery pack up to it. But these, when you got them,
he's talking about your drone.
Oh, Ruby is?
No, how long does it run on a charge?
Oh.
the drone, I get 20 minutes out of each battery. So I've got an hour of flight time without having to charge anything.
Huh.
And these here will stay charged for 6 hours without a charger in it.
Okay.
So that kind of, if you're going to set them up around your house, that's one thing.
That's like a baby monitor.
Yeah.
Right.
Where you could put it in there, keep an eye on your kid. You see him do something, you get on your phone and say "quit," and your voice will come out.
Why you mean a shiny?
Right.
I was thinking paranormal, or if you're using it as security, you'd have to make sure that it's plugged in to something.
A shiny.
Right. Which is not hard to do because it has a USB plug-in on the back here. You can plug it into anything and have it charging all the time.
Yeah.
So, and it's got the screw mount where you can put it on a tripod.
Throw my binky
So,
across.
different things like that. I mean, you type in, you go to TeamU and type in at the top what you're looking for. And if they've got it, it'll show you.
Looking for paper.
I mean,
Scissor.
we've done Wish before, and Wish I didn't like. Now, TeamU, it takes about 7 to 9 days to get it. It'll come in a big orange package.
That's not bad.
No,
I thought it would be longer than that.
no,
Well, with Wish, it could take a month.
right. But with TeamU, they send you the tracking number and everything. So
Yeah, Wish
they're
you're
real-
lucky to get one.
Right. And I mean, they've got all kinds of stuff. Okay. This clear tape is that double-sided tape they call the what is it? Not alligator tape. Alien tape.
Yeah.
Where
Right?
you can use it.
Yeah, you wash it and let it dry and it's reusable. Right? And everything. We got 4 rows of this for $2.
Oh, wow.
Huh.
Yeah. I mean, I could go through everything. Yeah, and then the box that the earbuds came in, there's the box that it come in. And that's how they come.
Yeah, I wouldn't suggest buying their clothes, though.
No.
'Cause
That's
size-
one thing I can tell you. Tammy has went through trying to buy bras on there. Right? Their sizes don't match up to American women's sizes, let me tell you.
No.
If
No.
they say large, and she got one time and said it was supposed to be extra large because she's heavy up top and everything, she pulls it out and I went, my God, I know some 8 and 9-year-old girls that could wear this. And I'm like,
I'll
how
let you
did
buy
they
their
come up?
clothes and quite possibly not their shoes.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I'm sure the
But
size.
all the other stuff, I mean, Tammy is loaded up on jewelry, earrings, necklaces. I load up on the rings that I can engrave with the engraver and put stuff on. And I mean, I'm not disappointed with them.
Okay,
And
well,
then
that's good enough.
after you buy a couple of times, they'll send you an email. Next time you order, you get a free gift. And they give you an option of 7 or 8 gifts. Right?
Oh, wow.
That's how I got the drone.
Oh, okay.
The drone was regularly $138 on there. Right?
Yeah.
And I got it for $15.
Well, that's good. You know what? We got about 2 minutes left.
Yep.
So, guys, I hope you guys will come back on Mondays for the Paranormal Pride. I'm on hiatus right now, and that's because we're moving. So, and there's Mommy and Daddy. But
they
keep that
are.
in mind.
Hi.
So keep that in mind. Mondays at 7 p.m. Central is the Paranormal Pride, and next week we'll have a guest, hopefully, and Binky. And we'll be talking paranormal and not all this stuff that we talk about.
Right.
We need someone to invent something that's called a crap sorter.
But everybody watch
Dump it
things.
all in and it sorts it.
Right. But everybody watch Things Network on Facebook and the Temple of Phoenix Rising Entertainment Facebook and Japan Paranormal's Facebook, where we're live at all the time. Join us on Rumble, on Born TV. And Mike, I will try to find out why you cannot comment in our chat room over on Rumble. Something's wrong. But anyway, I want to thank everybody in the chat room and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, we'll get it down there at the cemetery, Gary. I'll get a hold of you. We may do it this Saturday. But I want to thank everybody, and we will see you next week here on Paranormal Nation Radio. Not so normal. Have a good night. Talk to y'all later.